What's the pettiest thing you've ever done? I used to put my phone on record during family dinners just to count how many times my parents asked about my brother's football games versus my art projects. Brandon was the star quarterback, and I was just there. One Sunday, I played back the recording while doing homework. 27 questions about his game. Not a single one about my art show that Friday. Monday at school, I saw the art department was taking submissions for the county fair exhibition. One piece would represent our whole school, and the winner got a $500 prize. Brandon had just torn his ACL and was home feeling miserable, missing the playoffs. That night, I heard my parents in the kitchen planning a special dinner to cheer him up. They'd forgotten I had a math test the next day that I'd been stressing about all week. So I grabbed Brandon's old sketchbook from when he took Art 1 freshman year. He'd only taken it because the coach said art helped with spatial awareness or whatever, but he was actually pretty good. I found this watercolor landscape he'd done of the lake behind our house. It was really good, better than anything I'd ever made. I took it to my room and studied it for hours. Next morning, I recreated it almost exactly, but changed tiny details. Different clouds, added a dock, tweaked the colors. I submitted it to the art contest as mine. When my piece got selected for the exhibition, my parents suddenly wanted to come see it. They even bought me a new dress for the opening night. The night of the fair, Brandon came too, on crutches. He looked at my painting for a long time while Mom took photos of me next to it. I felt sick, but couldn't back out. Then Brandon limped closer and squinted at the bottom corner. I'd signed my name, but he was staring at something else. A tiny blue smudge where he'd accidentally dropped his brush. I'd copied that too. He didn't say anything, just gave me this look that made my stomach drop. But then he smiled at Mom when she asked for a picture of us together. On the ride home, everyone kept telling me how proud they were. Dad even suggested I might have a future in this art thing. Brandon just stared out the window. The next morning, I found a note under my door. It was from Brandon, with a printed screenshot showing he'd withdrawn my submission from the contest. "You're better than this," was all he wrote. But he'd also left a new sketchbook with professional colored pencils, the expensive kind I'd always wanted, and a flyer for actual art classes at the community center with "I'll drive you" scribbled in the margin. I never told my parents, and neither did he. But now Brandon comes to all my real art shows, and sometimes I help him with his physical therapy. Turns out we're both pretty good at things no one expected.